Hello, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to Cozy Gamer Jessa. I'm Jessa, and in today's video, we are starting a new island. And if you watched the last island, Chestnut, we did finish that island completely, decorating-wise, and I'll link the playlist down below if you want to check that out. But today, we are starting a whole new island. I did tease a little bit on what I wanted the island theme to be, and after a long amount of consideration and thinking, we are going to be basing this island off of my favorite Animal Crossing villager. And if you didn't already know, Apple is my favorite villager. So in today's video, we are going to be starting our new island called Apple Core. I know, it's a little silly, but she's very cute. She's been on a couple of my islands so far, and I just think she's adorable, and she treats me right, so I thought it was time to make a whole island dedicated to her. So, I did make this in Procreate, and this is the vibe of our island that we're going to be making over the next couple months, and it is very pink, white. I have some villagers listed at the bottom, like Toot Toot, Norma, Cookie, and Flora, and Flurry. So those are some of the villagers we would like to have on the island. And as well as I have a bunch of the furniture items, like desired items that I want. So we are going to be in spring when we start this island. So I do want a lot of cherry blossom stuff, as well as I want their houses to be kind of like apples. I really like the rounded houses. I don't know what they're called, but they look like they're made out of like clay or something. So that is the vibe. Ideal house type. And then we have trees, flowers, and bushes. So I really like the cherry blossom trees. I know it's only for like a week, but maybe we could time travel back and forth and have cherry blossom season for longer than that. We want azaleas, and that is pretty much the vibe of the island. We want spring, we want apple, we want vibrant. I really like pink, white, blue, green, those kind of colors. And I also have a list of the villagers that I would desire on the island. So again, we have Flurry, Apple, of course. We need Apple, like that's non-negotiable. We need Apple on the island. Toot Toot, Cookie, Melba, Norma, Flora, Puddles, and Frigga. So, if I pronounced any of those wrong, I'm sorry. But those are the villagers I would really like on the island. But I also have another list of other villagers that I would also super love on the island. So, I have a bunch of blue villagers and Gale, of course. So, we have Azalea, Gale, Rosie, Lone, Blue Bear, Julian, and Cody. Also, I would like to mention that I did make all of these images with Procreate, and if you're interested in a video of me showing you how to do this, I definitely can. Just leave a comment down below if you're interested in that. But I made these all myself, and I was very proud of them, so I hope you like them. So those are the villagers we are looking for, and we aren't going to be villager hunting a whole lot with a lot of tickets this time because, plot twist, this island will have no treasure islands, so we can't get mass amounts of tickets and materials and furniture, and I don't want to use any custom codes unless I make them myself. So those are the two challenges. I'm still going to time travel because I love time traveling. I can't give that up yet. So no treasure islands, no custom codes unless I make them. So that is the challenge of this island. Okay, so moving on. I used the Island Planner website. I'll have the link down below. And I designed what I would like the layout of our new island to be. I did design it all by myself. I'm very proud of it also. But, so we have the resident services area. I kind of wanted it like off to the left of the airport, and then there's a lot of rivers and bridges they'll bridge over to Nook's Cranny and Able Sisters, and that'll be like our marketplace. We'll have stalls. It'll be super cute. And in between those two stores, we'll have a bridge, or a staircase, I mean, and it'll go to the museum, and then there'll be a lot of pretty much like naturey areas, I believe, and we'll have a bridge over to where my house will be, and then I'll have two villager houses next to mine. It'll be a tiny neighborhood. We'll have some stairs going down, and that's where I want the cherry blossom forest to be. And I also do want bamboo trees like leading up to the secret beach, and we'll have a couple houses up here, the two houses with the bridge, and then in the corner, the right corner, we will have Apple's house, and her house will be fantastic. We'll decorate it amazingly, I promise, and I'll have apple trees, and I'll have its own little designated area because it's her island, not mine, hers. And we'll have a little bit of a neighborhood down in the corner, in the right corner, and then we'll have the campsite. So I don't have certain builds in mind, maybe just a handful, but that is the layout of the island that we want to choose. So that pretty much sums up the planning of the new island, and the only thing we have left to do is to delete my save data and start a new island. But I wanted one last KK Slider concert, and it happened to be on my birthday in game, which is crazy because it's February and my birthday's in July, but let's not think about that. And it looked like Apple left me a little note for my birthday. How adorable. And we're starting a new island now, so let's say goodbye. We will find her, I promise. Alright, so you guys have already seen all of these, like starting your island. So the first thing we're gonna do is give myself a name, and I'm just gonna put Jessa. Simple. And it's my name, so. And we're gonna put my birthday, which is July 23rd. Mark it on your calendars. And that is the first steps to starting our island. So I'm gonna do my basic character, because the one they randomized was pretty crazy looking. So I'm gonna pick my brown wavy hair, brown eyes, little blush. Fantastic. Okay, now let's pick out our map. So again, we are trying to match the map that I drew just for like sake of like it being easy to recreate it, because I don't want a map that doesn't like really match the layout. So that is what we're planning on for when they offer us maps, which is now. Okay, so let's remember what my map looked like, and this is what they are offering, and it looks like there's one that is kind of similar to what my map is. So we're going to pick that one because it is the closest one and probably the easiest to terraform and create into our Apple Core Island. So we're going to click this one. And we are off to our new island. And I love this part. It like gives me goosebumps, this introduction, because it reminds me of like when I first started playing Animal Crossing, which was in 2020 during the pandemic, and I was unemployed and on unemployment and just playing Animal Crossing for hours upon hours, and I love it. So here we are. This is Apple Core. So I am very pleasantly surprised that we have pears. I've actually never had an island that had native pears, so I love that for us. And pears are delectable and delicious, and we can use them for the island. Of course, we will be looking for apple trees, but that is okay. We can worry about that later. Oh, don't you worry. I see that little blue little guy down there, and I think I know who it is. Okay, it is Cody. and he's on the list. So we got a dreamy for our starter. Amazing. So I'm putting all the houses, all of the shops, well, as much as I can, onto the beach. I don't know if I can get the shops on the beach, but I'm going to put everyone's tent on the beach, and we'll move them around when we are all terraformed up. So we have Pashmina, who is also very cute. I do love her. And we have Cody. Sorry, I was very excited when I saw him flying over. So I love that. Okay. So we're going to do the, beginning of the game things. Collect pears, collect sticks, bonfire. Okay. That is what we are doing now. I'm speeding through it, of course, because it does take quite a bit. And I will be clearing off my island, like, in portions. Probably clear off this side and then clear off the other side tomorrow. I won't show it in the video because you probably don't want to see me collect 1,000, weeds. But we're just getting through the tutorial for the beginning. Okay, now it is time for the bonfire, first night bonfire with our new little friends, Pashmina and Cody and Tom Nook and Tommy, all of them. I've played the beginning of the game so many times, but now it's time to put in our island name, and we're gonna put Apple Core, of course, because that's the name of the island. And I wonder what everyone else will pick. Probably not anything weird, right? Wrong. Swoleville? Roxalot? Who are these people? Okay, so I think mine is the best, so we should just choose mine. Yes. And now Tom Nook is telling me that I won. Mine was the best, which we already knew. And now we are the island representative, and we're going to be in charge of making this island inhabitable, pretty much. But that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, so you know when I post about Apple Core next. Alright guys, bye.